Actually, there's two questions here. What? So this is from name is Sodo. Twitter handle is Tanmai, and his question is, what can we do to improve our A hits on Vertigo? And what do you think we did wrong on CT side after some time we started choking on our A hits? I think he means the T side, right? So let's go into the T side thing. So we're focusing on A hits here. A control, the Molotov to get up here. To be honest, there's not much about A Vertigo yet that has changed so much lately. So let's see if we can help these guys. Get the map control again. Molotov sandbags would be good. Comes there. Molotov's dead. Sandbags, yes. Try to think of this general idea how to play Vertigo is how to attack A side. Tribunate, they have good ideas, I feel like. They're already tribunating, so they have more Molotov to clear out spots. What do you guys think is missing here on the A hits? For me, it looks like they have full control of this situation on A. Feel like I'm looking at the same round every round, right, boys? Let's see. Yeah, Tills uses is good. The problem about this is right that there's not much new meta on that side of things, but I'll just try to go through what is key things that everybody should do. There's so much stuff that can go wrong on Vertigo ramp. But here comes my take on that, boys. What's most important thing? So we play with the scenario that we have the control already, right? We have this control. They got it every round, basically. Not often that happens in official game, but looks like they had it every round. So when you do the execute, and here comes the fact that there's a lot of depending situation how much utility you actually use to gain the A control, right? But the things you need to have is basically you need two smokes. Else you have to do it a different way. So the smoke you're doing here is good. I feel like that's all right. That you can keep doing. What would be clever is to have a third or fourth guy who has full nades to do this set of utility I would show now. So you do the smoke, you do the Molotov, left right click I think. Can't remember where it was. Is it here? Yes, left right click that burns this area. You see? What you do is the same position. You go in here, left right click, lands there, and then you add this flash as your teammates are already up here. So you have two guys here, right? So this is one guy who has saved his nades, didn't use much utility. You have one guy who pressured up here, maybe shoulder peek a little here, whatever. He did the Molotov to begin with here. Nothing happened, whatever. Then you had this area, you can either, like you did, triple nade here, like you did, or you Molotov it, so you know this area is clear. Watch out boost, obviously. Spam it a little bit to make sure it's clear. You go to this area. Now you have this area, and you know this is clear, right? So now comes the execute. So you will have one guy just aiming up here, doing the smoke. That lands right there. You can also aim lower. It's all depending on how you want to smoke. But most important thing is that it covers that he's up here, not smoked off. Then after that, you add a Molotov. And then what you can add is a flashbang you run with. You know, it lands behind the box, so blind. So you have a smoke right side, smoke left side. You have a Molotov up there. And then you do the Molotov here, and you flash for the guys. and you do this flash like I talked about, it's pretty key, I would say, because this flash would basically not flash your teammates. But let's say one guy's in front of Molo here and he's holding, he gets full blind. Your teammate doesn't get blind. Plus, if they jump on top of the box after the Molotov, he's full blind as well if he wants to fight. This is not a recorded stream, this is a live. So those nades can be really, really good to throw. So that's the basic execute you do on A, right? Then there's other stuff. Let's say you, like you say, triple nade it. You have an extra Molo when you get up. When you plant the bomb, this Molo is underrated. Because people often spam from this area to this side, and also they will throw grenades from there. Or you throw the Molotov to a Tyrion as you plant. But this is where people throw grenades from. You know, everybody knows that in pro games people are nading and Molotoving the bomb planter. So yeah, that's really important. If you have an extra Molotov, throw it as you plant, not save it, because you need to plant the bomb down. Once it's down, I think you have really good positions and advantage. So that's one way you can attack the A execute. Then you can do something else. You can do something where you explode ramp. So what I do is I line up my smoke here. You put it in your grenade pin, you put it in here. Like in front of it, you see I put it like a little front of it. Then you run with it. And it bounces in and you smoke connector good. No gaps or whatsoever. So what you could have is one guy just doing flashes for you. Flashes in the back. What flash you can do is just from here then. Like flash like that. And you're smoking basically and the flashes pops and you're running with the flashes. So we have 3 guys. One guy doing the flash, one guy doing the smoke, one guy doing the Molotov. All on the same time. Smoke comes, flashes comes, you go with the flash, you Molotov here, you go with the flash, and you fight left side. Because they will be blind of the flashes, they bounce off here and they go back here. On the same time you can have one guy long, and he can do whatever the Molotov before, like this pressure long. And you do it in a very explosive way, right? So that's another way to attack A. Another thing is that what you can do, I saw in the demo that the CTs often put the smoke here. If you have 2 times smoke, that means you do the smoke like I talked about, do the smokes, and you wait for the CT to bait utility. If no smokes or whatever comes, you do the Molo and you do the flash and you go up. But you bait utility from the teammates. So you do what we call 2-wave go. You smoke, you see if the CT does a mistake. Maybe you'll say it's a fake, then you go up, or you wait until all smokes are gone because they put is it this smoke? Can't remember it anymore. Definitely not that smoke, but they put this smoke. Yeah, so they will put this smoke, which is a 1-way for the CT, and say, okay, just be very quiet now. Let's see if they push or whatever. And if nothing happens, you just do the execute with 30 seconds left, basically. That's the question about A executes, right? There's not so much. So we showed the one where we smoke connector, we go up. You show the one where we do the normal smokes with the Molotovs and flashes. Then you can do the 2-wave go and execute. But what I think is, what I saw with your flashes you threw in the demo was these flashes, and I don't think they're good. I think you need them a little bit closer. You need them like this, basically. And you can throw them, but the point is that you need just to throw them from anywhere as long as it hit this area, you know? So you can throw from anywhere these flashes, because what I saw in the demo is these flashes, and they're way worse than, you know? You saw how long it took a blind. Let's see now how long I get blind. Way longer, you know? Like that's the second you need where you're more blind. Yes, I have a YouTube channel. Just write YouTube in the Twitch, and some of these things are gonna get up on YouTube, right? So I don't think so. I haven't seen much. I know Vitality, and I think you can YouTube it. Vitality do some execute where do deeper smokes. I think there's a reason behind it, and it can also be good. But the classic smokes are these smokes. And it's all about getting this long control as well. This is where you ride or die with the execute, because if you get the bomb plant, you can fake plant, go away, wait for HGs and spam, and then the HGs comes, Molotov comes, you go plant after. That's always good. Right click, left side molo, yes. You just come here, aim up there, left right click throw, and here comes the good part. Your teammate can peek behind it. So he can still help, you know? So that's why it's a good Molotov as well. So if they can't stand here, they have to move forward into his crosshair, and the T's can peek behind it. You can also do this Molotov without smoking left side and kind of bait the T's, because I think you have advantage there to peek. About the long player, I think they already in the demo showed pretty good. You can just throw different Molotov that burns this area. There's hundreds of these Molotovs, so just find the one you think that's the best. If you're playing a very aggressive long, I think always this Molotov. Going with the Molotov and then get a second Molotov after this Molotov fades and you have long control. If you then smokes, you can just Molo after the smoke again. Yeah, obviously you can also do execute where somebody's mentioned in the chat. You can do this thing, the Molo, and then add Molo here, and that you don't need to add the flash actually, but then you have flash for the guys long without this Molo, and you come 2 guys out long, and you can plant the bomb, and you have more smokes for late round, you know? That's also a way to do it. It's just about the imagination, and I think what you need is just key flashes for different scenarios, like this, whatever, or these flashes I showed here is pretty good. Bit too high. Bit too high, it has to go lower. Or again, add this flash while you're running, because you don't get blind from it, and whoever's watching from any position will get full blind. This guy's never gonna dodge this flash. You never expect to get to him. So yeah, I think this is it for today, boys.